Hey guys, welcome to my video comparison of the Lansky Turnbox sharpening system and the Spyderco Triangle Sharpmaker. Now the Lansky system is a system I've had for about 2 years. I brought this when me and the girlfriend finally moved in and we needed a way to keep our fancy new kitchen knives sharp, and also I needed a way to keep my camping knife sharp, my SE4, my Leatherman and pocket knife and things like that. So having a quick look around, this was available for the right price, got some decent reviews, so I decided to buy it. This was also another popular one that kept on coming up in reviews, but it was it was almost double the price in some stores. So I decided, well, this is nice and simple, does the job, I'll just go with that. And I'm glad I did. But today, this arrived. I decided to take the plunge and upgrade my sharpening system to the Spyderco finally. And because I did, I finally get to compare the two for you guys. Now, when I was looking for videos, I would often see videos about just the Lansky, just the Spyderco, but it was very hard to find a comparison. So let me compare both of them for you in the one video. Let's start with the Lansky, seeing as it's something that I've had for quite a while. What do you get? Well, when you buy the product, this is pretty much what you get. The Lansky Turnbox sharpening system. Here's an iPhone 5 for comparison. So here, and also side on. So you can see it's not a big unit. It's definitely smaller than the Spyderco unit. And it also is a little bit lighter. I'll run the weight specs down the bottom for you. Nice, simple, no frills case or box, which contains also the rods. You have here two different sharpening angles. You have the 20 degrees and also a 25 degree angle. The rods themselves, you get two different kinds inside the box, and this is why it's called the Turnbox, because on one end you've got a little screw with the little door which turns, and the rods are kept on the inside. So you have your coarser grit rods and you also have your finer grit rods here. But we'll pop that to the side. So with the coarser grit rods, you can see which way they go. They've got a nice shiny edge down the bottom. With the finer grit rods, it doesn't really matter. You're popping them in here and there is your sharpening system ready to go. That's how easy it is. That's how simple it is. And I mean, that's the Lansky Turnbox system. It's pretty much no frills, and I can assure you it does do the job. Now, that's the upside with it. It's cheaper, it's smaller, it's lighter, it's no frills, it does the job. If you want a backup system, especially for maybe in the four-wheel drive, you're going out camping for a few weeks, for hunting trips, you're going to be repeatedly using knives which you know you need to keep sharp. This is a great little unit just to chuck in the back of the car. If it breaks, gets damaged, then it is cheaper to replace. But like I mentioned, it's no frills. It'll do the job, but the Spyderco will do the job, in my opinion, better, and it does much more. So let's take a look at that. So here's a quick comparison with the iPhone 5. You can see it is that little bit bigger here, but you get more. So what do you get with it? You get the sharpening system itself, you get a instructional DVD, and you also get a user manual. So already this screams a little bit more quality, a little bit more professionalism, but you're paying for that almost twice as much. So let's open it up anyway and see what you get for your money. Opening up the case, once again you've got the two different rods. You've got the more coarser rods and you've also got the finer rods. You can also purchase super fine rods, and also they've got some other much coarser rod which you can purchase as well if you need to make new edges. There's a whole bunch of videos and things about that on the internet I won't go into, but they're definitely worth looking up if you feel you need either a finer grit rod or a coarser grit rod. The Sharpmaker, the Spyderco people do make them. So what do you get inside? Like I mentioned, the two different rods. You have two different angles. You've got your 20 each side, 40 in total. You've also got 15 on each side, so 30 in total. And you also get these rods here. Now these safety. So here's where it starts to differ a little bit. When we pop these in, well, let me get the right angle in there for you. Cool. I'll put in the finer grit rods, make it a little bit easier to see on camera. Now from here already things start to change. So you can see they're like triangles. I'm not going to go into great detail on how to use it. I'll do a separate video for that. But just quickly going off the manual on the DVD, there's actually two different ways to use it. Initially, you're sharpening it on the pointy edge. Okay, so you're sharpening it on one of the like I said, pointier edges. After a few passes by, you switch it over and you use a flat edge to sharpen the knife. Okay, so you'll be putting it in like so. So this is how it's going to be set up. You've got your safety here, so again an extra feature there with the Spyderco. Another great feature is the handle, or the cover, turns into a handle rather. So from here, now you've actually got a better grip, okay, and you've got much more room to grip the sharpening system to make it easier to sharpen. Not only that, but if we take a look here, I'll try and get the right angle for you guys. You've got the holes here, one here, and then also on this side. So you can actually screw this down into a bench, a cutting board, somewhere in the kitchen, and so it's really, really stable. Again, it's safer and makes it easier to use. Cool, so I mean that's the basics about the sharpening system. You can see how already it starts to do more. But wait, there is actually more. Let's take these off. Let's take that off. What else does it do? Well, over here we have another hole. Okay, so from here, again, you can pop this in there, and it's going to give you, I think from memory, from the instruction manual, it gives you something like a 12.5 degree angle. So why use that for? Well, they recommend this is the angle for scissors and shears and things like that. So you're actually sharpening them across like so. So again, more options. What else can you do with this? Well, pop this like so, okay, and on the back you've actually got these grooves like over here. And what can you do with these? Well, check this out. Boom, boom, and now you pretty much have yourself a stone type surface, so you can actually get any angle that you want. So you can see that you're paying more, but you're getting more. Quality wise, it's a good solid product. They obviously want you to use their product to the full, so they're giving you a booklet and a DVD, and they've really put in ingenious extras in the product, so you don't have to go out and buy other things. This actually sharpens a lot, like knives, scissors, shears, nail clippers. It's all in the booklet, it's all in the DVD. I mean, it's full of really, really useful things to really get the most out of this product. Does it work? Hell yeah, it works. The Lansky works, and I've used it for a while. It'll definitely get your knives, etc. sharp. But I feel that the Spyderco works really, really, really that little bit better. And let me give you a quick demo. You can see I already started to cut this little bit of paper. But I've always sharpened this knife, and this is kind of a meat knife at home. It's a little bit smaller and it allows me to really get nice fine cuts on the meat. And I've always used the Lansky, it's always been good. Today, first time I used the Spyderco, and I gotta say, this thing is just like razor sharp. And this isn't newspaper, this is more your traditional A4 thickness, so it's that little bit thicker than newspaper. You see guys using newspaper, it's like shh, okay, whereas from here, well, that wasn't a very good cut, little thicker paper, but yeah, it really just glides through it. I gotta say, I only had this for one day. I've only played it with a little bit, but for that little bit more money, I'm really glad I got it for my main sharpening system. The Lansky, definitely a keeper. Don't think it's a crap product. It's a good product. Just maybe if you're on a budget, or if you want to back up, or if you want something that you can just kind of carry out there on your adventures. But if you've got the finances really, and you want something for home, you want something which it does more and does it really well. And if you're new to the whole sharpening knives thing and you really want to make sure that you're doing it correctly, you've got your instructional DVD and booklet here, then look, go for the Spyderco. In my opinion, it is the more expensive product, but you're getting more for your money. Either way, this has been my comparison between the Lansky Turnbox and the Spyderco, the Sharpmaker. Both good products. The no frills, it'll do the job version versus the more expensive, more higher end, it'll do the job plus version, if you will. So that's the Spyderco. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it. Like my video if you did, and if you do have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching.